Hello, hello. Welcome everyone. Once again, me and Michael are doing our Oscar extravaganza predictions video ahead of this year's Academy Awards. And Michael, well, I just can't wait for the Oscars at the weekend. I just can't wait to see what crazy things will happen.
Yeah, I hope something crazy happens.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien will be hosting.
Oh, he's funny.
So, yeah, when I watch it, hopefully I won't be bored out of my mind. Over the last few prediction extravaganzas we've done for the previous Oscars, we have often predicted the same winner for the various categories that we are predicting. So this time we're going to do something a bit different. We cannot pick the same winner for the 17 categories we are predicting, apart from Best Picture, where we can pick the same winner. But essentially what we have done, as you can see on screen, is we have paired the categories up. One of us will have the first pick for one of the categories in the pair, and the other will pick first for the other category. So for instance, Best Adapted Screenplay, if I were to say Conclave, Michael would not be allowed to say Conclave. He'd have to pick another movie nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay, for instance. That's how it's going to work. So yeah, it's a bit different. Also, we are now predicting Best Original Song and Best Sound. So yeah, the first year we'll be predicting those categories. So are you ready, Michael? Are you excited for this new format?
Yeah, tentatively, as long as I win, which I definitely will, guaranteed.
Okay. Yeah, we also will do a lock of the week, and that's, when we select something we think is a lock, we'll get 2 points for that, and then at the end we'll do an outside pick. So that's when we pick second. If we think that has a good chance of winning, we'll get 2 points if we get that winner correct. So shall we get going, Michael?
Yes, absolutely. So we'll start with the first pairing, which is Best Documentary Feature Film, and that is paired with Best International Film. So for Best Documentary Feature Film, the nominees are Black Box Diaries, No Other Land, Porcelain War, Soundtrack to a Coup d'etat, and Sugarcane.
Yes, you didn't say coup d'etat this time.
Yes, I had an opportunity to fix it because we needed to do another take.
Okay, so Michael, you will be picking first.
Oh, lovely.
For this category. So yeah, what are you going to go for, and tell me your reason? Yeah.
So I've won then. Porcelain War, because it's about Ukraine.
Okay.
Last year it was about Ukraine, and I trust that they'll repeat themselves.
Okay, well that's interesting, because last year it was about Ukraine. So I don't think there's going to be the same appetite for it. So I genuinely was going to go for No Other Land.
That's interesting.
That was going to be my first pick, even though it is about Gaza. I looked at the documentary, and it's a joint Israeli-Palestine documentary. So Israelis are involved in it. So you can't call it anti-Semitic. So yeah, I'm going to go for No Other Land. Last year we both picked 20 Days in Mariupol, which was the Ukrainian documentary you referenced, and we both got it right. So yeah, it was indeed your lock of the week last year.
Lovely.
Yes. So next we move on to the next category in the pair, which is
Best International Feature Film, and the nominees are Emilia Perez, Flow, The Girl with the Needle, I'm Still Here, and The Seed of the Sacred Fig. And of course, Luke, you will be picking this time, so what did you pick?
Yes, well, I'll be picking first, of course. And I picked I'm Still Here. That's my pick because I don't think Emilia Perez is going to win much, to be honest with you. If anything, well, it probably will win some stuff. But yeah, I'm Still Here, which is a Brazilian film, I believe, about the fascist dictatorship in Brazil. And yeah, I haven't seen it yet, but I hear it's really good. So there you go. So what's your pick, Michael? And would you have picked I'm Still Here?
Yeah, I would have. That was actually my first choice. And to be honest, I feel like this one's more of a dead cert, actually, now I think about it. Because, yeah, obviously, I had to go for Emilia Perez as my second option because logically, it's nominated for Best Picture. That would be the general rule of thumb, even though in this case you'd almost think that, one of the films that wasn't even nominated for Best Picture overall might be more likely at this point, but...
Yeah.
No matter what, I think it's going to have to be I'm Still Here because that was nominated for Best Picture and it's not going to be Emilia Perez. But I'm still picking it, having just said it's not going to be it.
Okay, yes. The French film Emilia Perez. I love that, yes. Last year we both went for The Zone of Interest and got it right, unsurprisingly. But of course, these two, I'm Still Here and Emilia Perez, are both nominated for Best Picture. So we will now move on, Michael, to the next pairing.
Yes, which is Best Visual Effects and Best Animated Film, and I kind of read that the wrong way around, but who really cares? So I will start with the nominees for Best Animated Feature Film, which are Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail, Wallace and Gromit, The Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot.
Yeah, so this time for Best Animated Film, I will be picking first. So you'll be doing Best Visual Effects. So I went for The Wild Robot. People seem to like this movie. And yeah, I don't really know why because I haven't watched it, but people seem to think this is going to win, so I went for it. Yeah, what about you?
I also went for The Wild Robot in my first place, but for my second, I put Flow, which I have actually seen.
Yeah, because isn't that a movie about a cat, and there's no dialogue?
Yes, yeah, it's a pretty cute movie.
Yeah, okay. Well, is that it cute? Is there nothing more serious going on?
You know what, actually, like, personally, I didn't think the movie was fantastic, having seen it, just because... Like there is no plot because it's not just about like there being no dialogue. It's literally like there are no personalities because they appear to be cognitively only like basically animals.
Okay. Well, last year bless them. Last year we went for Spider-Man.
Wasn't that one Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse. That was it.
Yes.
And we got it wrong because it was The Boy and the Heron that won. But yeah. So next up is Best Visual Effects.
Yes, so the nominees for Best Visual Effects are Alien Romulus, Better Man, Dune Part 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, and Wicked. So yes. I'm picking here.
You are picking first, yes.
I went for Dune Part 2, just seems like a pretty obvious safe bet. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I would have gone for Dune Part 2 as well. I think this is, like you said, a safe bet. And yeah, I think none of the others, Dune's going to win. So
okay, maybe I should make that my lock of the week. Why not?
Well, if you want to, you can.
You know what, Luke? Screw it. I'll make it my lock of the week. Why not? So I don't have to think about it like going forward.
Wow, that's a great attitude to have.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Really exposes a lot about you, that choice. But no, it is probably a safe choice.
Yeah.
I have to go for my second choice, which was Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, because there was some good visual stuff in that movie, as there often are in those movies. Last year we both went for Godzilla -1 and got it right.
Yes.
So yes, let us move on. I'm going to be saying that a lot. We both went for this last year because that's the reason why we've changed this.
Yes, exactly. This will provide. It's like you're providing the evidence for why the change was necessary as you're working.
Yeah. So let's move on to the next pairing.
Yes, which is Best Sound and Best Original Song, and we'll start with the nominees for Best Sound, and they are A Complete Unknown, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, Wicked, and The Wild Robot.
Yes, and I have the first pick for Best Sound. You'll have it for Best Original Song. So for Best Sound, I think Wicked has a good chance because, of course, it is a musical. But I went for Dune Part 2 because I literally experienced the sound in the movie in IMAX, and it was so impressive. And just like I think in the 2022 Oscars, Dune kind of swept all the technical awards. And it would not surprise me if it does the same thing here. So I have gone for Dune Part 2.
Yes, I actually went for A Complete Unknown, which I haven't seen. I just thought my logic was, because that's actually about the music being made, it would require more like kind of technical thinking with like how to communicate the sound properly. Because like I hear what you're saying about Wicked, but my logic is, well, because the music's just like, I believe the term is non-diegetic. It's not necessarily as much like sound being incorporated properly. I don't know. That was my logic.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I didn't even consider A Complete Unknown, to be honest, because it just isn't.
It's not a big film. Which I do realize the thing with Dune, obviously, is we know that generally best sound is just the loudest movie. I think that's been observed before.
No, Defying Gravity is pretty loud.
That's true.
Yeah. I was thinking of Wicked, obviously, because we just watched it recently. But yeah, no, A Complete Unknown is actually a good shout. It wasn't even in my top 2. Let's see if that wins. So next up is Best Original Song.
Yes, and the nominees are, I feel like I said the word there, but who cares? El Mal from Amelia Perez, The Journey from The 688, Like a Bird from Sing Sing, I'm like a bird, I'll only fly away, Mi Camino from Amelia Perez, and Never Too Late from Elton John, Never Too Late.
Okay, so Michael, you have the first pick here, and I remember in our Amelia Perez review, of course, the song I liked the most was El Mal. The song you liked the most was El Camino, and therefore you have a choice here to pick that.
I do, yeah, and put my money where my mouth is.
Exactly.
Yes, I actually went for the Journey from the 6888.
Okay.
And I had my reasoning was, at first I saw it and I was like, oh, the 6888, isn't that a musical term? So then I clicked on it, and then just based on that I clicked on it. I was like, oh, it's about like black women in the army, and I was like, maybe there's a politics thing there. It could be the case that this is, obviously I was kind of working the assumption Amelia Perez isn't going to win very much. So
no, okay, you are correct.
It could win this.
But again, there is another category which it is definitely going to win, well, I think anyway, and it is why I have gone for El Mal. This was my number one pick. Again, it was my favourite song from Emilia Perez. Well, apart from La Vaginoplasty. Yes. Why wasn't that nominated, honestly? Like, that was a bang.
That would have been. That could maybe it would be nominated for a Razzie.
Hello, very nice to meet you. I like to know. Imagine that playing that at the Oscars, you know, how they do the songs. Get that guy in from Bangkok again to go penis or vagina. Yeah, best Oscars ever. No, look, I'm surprised you didn't go for Mi Camino, but of course I've gone for a completely different answer. And yeah, for me, El Mal was the best song in Emilia Perez, and the Oscar voters, as we know, have great taste.
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, also, I actually put El Mal as my second choice. The reason is I decided to listen to Mi Camino again, and I was
you agree with me now?
No, I don't agree with you, but okay. I saw a comment beneath the Mi Camino video that said, this must be a really nice song if you don't speak any Spanish. So which I know like the Academy Award probably doesn't speak Spanish, but just that made me think if there's like a controversy around like racism with Emilia Perez or whatever, that would make me even less likely to select it.
Yeah, maybe.
And also I think El Mal would be a better thing to perform at the Oscars. Like I feel like
that is
because
true.
It is very So.
I don't know if it is going to be performed.
That's a good point.
But yeah, it would bang if it did. I mean, it would be tough to perform because it is, again, this is why I like it. It's quite a interesting, complicated song somewhat. But yeah. But of course, this pairing, original song and best sound, we did not pick last year. These are, of course, new awards we are predicting. Yeah. So yeah, there we go. Let's move on to the next pairing.
Yes, which is Best Production Design and Best Costume Design. And the nominees for Best Production Design are The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked.
Yes, Michael, and you now have the first pick for Best Production Design. So what are you going to go for?
Wicked, my logic being it's a musical. I think musicals... I feel like I've used this logic before and been wrong on it, but I think musicals tend to do well for production design because they're basically just stage shows.
Yeah, I think that is probably going to win. That would have been my first pick. I also have faith though, because I have gone for The Brutalist, and as
that's my second choice.
The Brutalist is about architecture. Well, I don't know if you do know that, but it is.
I do know that.
And of course, production design is kind of similar to architecture. Well, it's designing a set, so there is some overlap there. So yeah, maybe because it's about the subject, the Oscar voters will be like, yeah, let's give it best production design. But yeah, I think Wicked is going to win. So let's move on.
Yes, to best costume design. And the nominees there are A Complete Unknown, Conclave. I find Conclave funny. Like they just had to go to any Catholic church to just Gladiator 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked.
Okay, so I have the first pick for this one, and I am also going to go for Wicked. I think again it is a musical. There are a lot of interesting costumes, so yeah, to me it makes sense that Wicked would win this one.
Yes, well I've actually gone for Nosferatu, and one reason for that is I actually watched that film recently, and I was like, yeah, this vampire looks like pretty creepy and corpse-like.
Is it your first? Was it your first pick?
No, my first choice was Wicked.
Okay.
I do think Wicked's more likely, but yeah, Nosferatu was my second choice.
Yeah. I think that's
but that's with the caveat. I think you are much, much, much more likely to win.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the same for best production design as well. Yes. I think yes. Yeah, which is why again we need to switch because it makes things more interesting.
Yeah. So far, you've only gone for one thing that wasn't in either my top one or top two, and that was when you went for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I actually had a Better Man as my
I know,
pick.
but nobody knows who Robbie Williams is, so I ruled that out. Well, in America, of course. So yeah, best production design last year, I went for Poor Things and got it right. This was the one thing we disagreed on, by the way. I went for Poor Things, you went for Napoleon, and it was Poor Things.
Yes.
Again, the production design was really good in that movie, and that's why I picked it. And best costume design, we both went for Barbie and Lost. I think maybe, I can't remember who won, but yeah, we thought it'd be Barbie, of course, because you dress Barbie up in all the costumes, but no. So yeah, let's see what happens this year, but let's move on to the next pairing now.
Yes, and that next pairing is Best Cinematography and Best Director, and we'll start with the nominations for Best Cinematography, which are The Brutalist, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Maria, and Nosferatu.
So, Michael, you have the first pick here for Best Cinematography.
Okay, I went for The Brutalist. My kind of sort of similar logic to you with the fact it's about the buildings being made. My theory is brutalism, as we all know, is about intense geometric shapes, and it's very it's all about like shadows and stuff like that. And I was thinking, yeah, I could see someone being like impressed by, like these people go to, I don't know if they do, but like modern art museums where it's like just a white canvas, and I'd be like, yes, it's very. So I imagine they think the same thing when they see a building that's basically just a giant concrete block. They'd be like, oh, that's artistic.
Yeah,
that's
so
my theory.
What I've seen, I haven't seen the movie, but I've heard there are quite a few very good shots in The Brutalist.
Yes.
The cinematography has been praised. It's one of the reasons why people like it. So I would have gone for that as well. And therefore, I am forced to go for my second pick, which I think will have to be Dune Part 2.
Yes, that was also my second pick.
Yes, so who knows if that will... No, it won't. It'll probably be The Brutalist, but yes, Dune Part 2 is my pick. So yeah, let's go to Best Director now.
The nominees for Best Directing are Sean Baker for Anora, Brady Corbett for The Brutalist, James Mangold for A Complete Unknown, Jacques Audois for Emilia Perez, and Coralie Fagia, which is definitely how there we go, yeah, for The Substance.
So, of course, I have the first pick for this category, and I have gone for Sean Baker. He has been winning quite a lot of the awards. I don't know how much you keep track of the lower awards. The awards that nobody really cares about. The awards which are
like
just
Golden Globes.
Yeah, Golden Globes, the Producers Guild Awards. The BAFTA award. All of these kind of things. And Sean Baker has been dominating. Of course, he is the reason why Anora got made. It's his vision. It's all down to him. So yeah, I'm going to go for Sean Baker.
Yes, so we're entering a period where I do think now with Emilia Perez tragically struck out, I actually think this Oscars overall is going to be a bit of a two-horse race, and therefore, pretty much for a lot of these it's going to be, I think it's a two-horse race, and this is the one I'm going for, and that's Brady Corbett, of course, for The Brutalist.
Yes,
so,
yes, that was my second pick. Yeah, it's going to be one of those two, of course. It's not going to be Caroline Fagitt, unfortunately. Yes. Or the Jacques Audois.
Yeah, no one wants to get cancelled for giving it to Fagitt.
Yeah, no one likes the French either. That's clear. So yeah, last year we went for Oppenheimer and Chris Nolan for cinematography and director, and we both got it right. So yes, unsurprisingly. So let's move on to the next pair, Michael.
Yes, and that would be Best Adapted Screenplay and Best Original Screenplay. I can't imagine why these were possibly grouped together, but the nominees for Best Adapted Screenplay are A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Emilia Perez, Nickel Boys, and Sing Sing.
Yes, before I tell you who has the first pick for this category, for this pairing, of course I haven't really explained the pairings, but there is of course logic to them.
Yes.
You have visual effects and animated because, of course, that's...
They're both done on a dirty computer.
Yes. Song and sound, obviously, it makes sense. Costume design and production design, not really in...
Both have the word design in them.
Yeah, not in the same sphere, but they both have the word design. And, of course, director cinematography, I think the director has, a lot of influence over the cinematography and the editing as well. But, we went for cinematography because we have never picked editing. And yeah, of course, the rest are self-explanatory. I have the first pick this time for Best Adapted Screenplay, and I gave the example at the start of the video. Do you remember what I said?
You said Conclave?
Yes. That is what I am picking. I am going for Conclave, because even though you and I kind of criticised the screenplay, because we thought it wasn't that clever, it wasn't that intelligent, it was a bit over the top, to be honest. Despite that, people seem to like it quite a lot. And the events happening in real life with the Pope dying and there possibly being a conclave, it kind of means that this is
God is listening.
Yeah. The conclave is going to pick up this award. I have a feeling it will. So yeah.
Yeah, I that was actually my first choice, but I went for Nickel Boys, and that's just like the standard race thing. Like that's sometimes I just default to it's about like black stuff.
Okay,
I like to throw in some diversity.
That is racist. But
there's their Wokies.
Interesting. Have you seen Nickel Boys or heard anything about it?
Isn't it about? Okay, look.
It's about racism.
Is it about like someone being falsely accused of a crime?
Okay, maybe, but it's shot in POV. Okay.
Oh yes.
So what many people were saying is Nickel Boys should have been nominated for Best Cinematography because it looks incredible. There are some crazy shots, but they weren't really talking about the screenplay, to be honest. So yeah, I doubt it's going to win. I think
Yeah,
it's going to be Conclave. But yeah, I think you just had to go for something basically there. So let's move on to the next category, Michael, in the pairing.
Yes, and that would be Best Original Screenplay, for which the nominees are Anora, The Brutalist, A Real Pain, September 5th, and The Substance.
So, of course, Michael, you have the first pick this time for Best Original Screenplay.
Yes, Anora.
Yeah.
That's my answer.
Yeah. I thought it would be Anora, so who the fuck cares? It's going to be Anora. So, yeah, The Substance. Fuck it. I mean, there's no other good picks, to be honest. It's always going to be Anora, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I had my second pick was The Brutalist just because of my aforementioned 2-horse race logic.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I actually, The Substance being my pick doesn't really make sense because there's not a lot of dialogue. But then again, The Brutalist, I don't think the screenplay. Again, it's more of
it's more about buildings,
the story, and how the movie looks. That's what has. Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be Anora. Who the fuck cares? But yeah, last year we went for American Fiction for Best Adapted, and Anatomy of a Fall for Best Original Screenplay, and we were both correct both times on that. So yes, let's move on to the next pairing, Michael.
Yes, and that would be Best Supporting Actress and Best Supporting Actor, for which the nominees are, for Best Actress in a Supporting Role, to use its full title, Monica Barbaro in A Complete Unknown, Ariana Grande in Wicked, Felicity Jones in The Brutalist, Isabella Rossellini in Conclave, and Zoe Saldana, she's not Italian, Zoe Saldana in Emilia Perez.
Okay, so this is my first pick here for Best Supporting Actress, and of course I referenced before why I thought El Mal would win, even though it was a song from Emilia Perez, because it is performed by Zoe Saldana, who has won literally every single award in the build-up to the Oscars. She recently won the SAG-AFTRA award. She won, I think, the BAFTA as well. She, I think, won the Golden Globe. She is going to win the award for Best Supporting Actress, and that is why she is my lock of the week. I've been waiting for this moment because I was either going to do my lock of the week for Best Supporting Actor or Actress, because I think they're both dead certs. I have picked Best Supporting Actress. So Zoe Saldana is my pick. What about you, Michael?
Yes, so, I mean, I'm glad you're so confident because it means I barely need to justify my second choice thing. I did also have Zoe Saldana as my first choice. I just put Ariana Grande. I just thought it could be fun, like, if she won, because she's, like, just,
well,
do you know what? Addled random celebrity.
If she won, it would be racism, because Zoe Saldana, as a Mexican black woman, deserves to win. Even though I don't know if she is Mexican.
And Ariana Grande, like, sometimes she pretends to be black, is my understanding.
But she is so white.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like, doing doing Wicked absolutely destroyed her black credibility because she looks extra white in that movie.
Yes. Okay, so let's move on to Best Supporting Actor.
Okay, yeah. So this is interesting because you're super confident about this.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I haven't actually read the thing. So I'll read
do the
that
nominees.
Yeah. So, Best Actor in a Supporting Role: Yura Borisov in Anora, Kieran Culkin in A Real Pain, Edward Norton in A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce in The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong in The Apprentice. Okay, so I have opinions about this. As
it is your
first.
Yeah, it is your first pick, by the way. Obviously, yeah.
Yes. See, I wasn't sure. I saw everyone saying it was going to be Kieran Culkin. Now, I don't know if that is the dead cert, because I was just like, that's what a lot of people seem to be saying. And to me, that doesn't really make any sense, because, as you know, Luke, I'm currently watching the movie Succession.
The movie.
Sorry, the movie. I keep doing that all the time.
It is shot on film.
Yes, it is, yes. I didn't know that, but yes, thank you. I definitely knew that when I said that. So I watched the film Succession, and I'm still only halfway through season 2, so no spoilers. But I feel like Kieran Culkin's literally just playing the exact same character he played in Succession. Meanwhile, for example, Mark Strong, Jeremy Strong, who's also in Succession and is nominated for The Apprentice. I saw The Apprentice. I decided to watch it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And also, Jeremy Strong was actually playing a different character, like actually playing a character and embodying a role. Meanwhile, Kieran Culkin, as far as I can tell, just seems to be able to play himself.
Okay.
So, but I picked him.
Okay, well, that is, I think, a bit unfair. Who did you pick, sorry?
I picked Kieran Culkin.
Okay, so you went against your instincts.
Yeah, I mean, do you know who I would actually... So the person I had... I'll let you actually answer, but I have someone in second place, but...
Okay, yeah, so my second place pick was Ed Norton. Well, look, it's going to be Kieran Culkin. I don't really know what I thought I think it's not going to be Jeremy Strong. By the way, he's not going to win.
No, yeah, I didn't think he would, but
The Apprentice has been kind of rejected, and even though it's apparently
Yeah.
quite a good movie.
yeah, it's like that's the thing. It was a very weird. Like that was my overall assessment of it when I watched The
Yeah.
Apprentice. I was like, this is actually quite a good movie, but this was not the time to release it.
Yeah. I don't think anyone else is going to win apart
Yes.
from Kieran Culkin. I think, like I said before, he's a dead cert.
You haven't actually mentioned my second. So my second place, I actually had Yura Borisov, just because like
Yeah, no, I
I
thought
thought it was
see
fun.
that. Yeah, but I think his nomination was kind of like oh wow, look, they nominated this random guy. That's
Yeah, they do like to do that sometimes. Actually,
Yeah, Ed Norton is an established actor who, of course, is has been in Hollywood for like 20, 30 years. So yeah, last year we both went for Davine Randolph, and were correct for Best Supporting Actress. And for Best Supporting Actor, we picked Robert Downey Jr., who of course won as well. So Michael, we are on to the last pairing now, aren't we?
yeah, which is really exciting. Mostly because I might actually get to bed at the time we pre-agreed. No, it's exciting for other reasons. And the final pairing is, in case you hadn't guessed, everyone at home. I mean, they can see it on the screen anyway. Best Actress and Best Actor, and the nominees for Best Actress are Cynthia Erivo in Wicked. Carla Sofia
Why did you say it like that?
what did I say? Weird. I wasn't even paying attention.
Why did you say Arrivo? What letter does her name?
It's Erivo.
Yeah.
Erivo.
Does her name start with an A?
No, I just like because I'm thinking of the word arrive, but yeah, okay.
Okay, great.
Also, I don't think I really believe in pronouncing people's names right. I remember when I was calling...
Have you got? You're on Wikipedia, right?
Yes.
Right. Click on Cynthia Erivo's Wikipedia page.
Is there going to be a thing that literally like
and look at her name?
Cynthia? Oh, this is going to be super easy though. Cynthia China Saukwo Onyedinamanasu Amarachukwu Olwezuki Echimino Erivo.
You still pronounce the last
I know,
name.
that was really funny, wasn't it? I just thought that would be great. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's move on, Luke. So, Carla Sofia Gascon in Amelia Perez, Mikey Madison in Anora, Demi Moore in The Substance, and Fernando Torres, my favorite striker, in I'm Still Here. No, it's actually Fernanda Torres, his sister. or maybe he transitioned too.
Okay, so what pick would you like, Michael, first? Would you like the Best Actor pick or the Best Actress, which you've just gone through? Do you have a
I
preference?
think that Best Actress is more dead cert.
Okay, well, that's interesting because you have the first pick for Best Actress. I think for both of these categories, there are two, standouts, and it's either going to be one or the other. So I think, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what you pick.
I went for Mikey Madison, standard logic. Anora is going to do well. Makes sense. Who cares? Also, she cries at the end, and that's good acting.
She does cry, and she has been getting a lot of hype, although Demi Moore has also been getting a lot of hype. So it's going to be a close race.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I probably would have gone for Mikey Madison, but for me, yeah, the obvious choice is Demi Moore.
Yeah.
So
Also, Mikey Madison has the same first name as me.
great. Well, not really.
Yeah, but like people, all of my friends call me Mikey. I don't think you realize it, but subconsciously you're often calling me Mikey.
Okay, sure.
Sure thing, Mikey.
Isn't her first name like Michaela or Mahiva or something? It's something like that.
Oh yeah, it's Michaela. Okay, who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah. I think her first name in the movie is actually Makiva. But yeah, anyway, Mikey Madison is... Yeah, I'm not going to say she's probably going to win it because I genuinely think it is 50-50. It could be either of them, which makes it, of course, quite exciting. And it's good that we have picked different, picks here. So let's go to the next category in the pair, which is Best Actor.
Penultimate one. So the nominees are for Best Actor in a Leading Role, Adrian Brody in The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing, Ralph Fiennes in The Conclave, and Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice.
Yeah, it's just Conclave, by the way.
Did I say The Conclave?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun of me.
Yeah, for some reason.
Sing Sing.
Okay, so, of course, I have the first pick here.
Yes.
And maybe I will be presumptuous in saying this, but I think you are aware of this as well. There are two potential winners of this category. Do you agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Okay.
So hopefully we don't have different... Yes.
Well, I mean, we're going to pick different winners. So,
yes.
Yeah. So the two who I think have a realistic chance at winning this award, despite Ralph Fiennes in Conclave doing quite well, we have Adrian Brody in The Brutalist and Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown. Okay, so it's one of those two. It's one of those two. And I have gone for Mr. Brody.
That's good because, Timothy Chalamet was my first choice.
That's good. Great. Wow. So we didn't even need the gimmick, the new format change. We would have genuinely had... Well, actually...
I've been documenting this, and for the record, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times you went for the same first choice as me. So, and I don't know how many times I went for the same first choice you would have gone for, but probably a lot too.
Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if I would have gone for Demi Moore for Best Actress. Maybe I would have, but obviously the choice is easy. Once you pick Maggie Madison.
Yeah, that's kind of what I said to you. Like sometimes actually, like when there are 2 choices, it's nice to not have to choose because I can just pretend, oh yeah, I definitely knew that. You know, it takes away my sense of responsibility, which I enjoy.
Okay, yeah, but so I have gone for Brody, you have gone for Chalamet. So let us now go on to Best Picture. We have done the categories. We have done the pairs. No more categories in pairs. We are just going to look at Best Picture now. This is our final prediction, and of course we can predict the same. Same movie. So, Michael, let's do the nominees.
Oh, God, this is a lot of reading. So, for the Best Picture nominees, we have Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and, last but not least, Wicked.
Yes. So, Michael, you go first.
Yeah. See, this is, I'll refer you back to my standard thing, 2-horse race, although obviously, actually, it's not been quite as extreme because there have been plenty of other things that have got a look in various other categories. But for the ones that we really care about, which, let's be honest, is just Best Picture and Best Director, it's between Anora and The Brutalist. And I'll be honest, this is one of the situations where maybe I'd be a bit happy if you did take the choice away from me. I think it will probably be Anora. I haven't seen The Brutalist. I have a suspicion that I will enjoy The Brutalist.
Even though it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
Even though it's 3 hours and 20 minutes long.
And people have said a criticism of it is it's too long and it could have been cut down by like half an hour.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, look, I promise you this. I won't just pretend to like it in order to prove wrong your assertion that I hate every single long movie because I've got ADHD. No, the reason why I think I'll enjoy The Brutalist is because I literally, completely coincidentally, before I knew about The Brutalist as a movie, was I went on this obsessive, enthusiasm rabbit hole autism thing for like brutalist architecture, and I was really annoying my wife about it because I was like saying like all these places with brutalist architecture that I want to go to and how much I love brutalist architecture. So that gives me the slight suspicion I might like the film The Brutalist, but we'll see.
Great.
Yeah, I've definitely spent more than 3 hours and 20 minutes.
So do you want me to fucking tell you my pick?
Tell me what you're going to go for.
I am going to go for Anora as well. I think again Sean Baker is going to win Best Director. Anora is likely to pick up Best Picture because honestly, its competitors there's no real strong it's going to kind of win by default. I feel like so, and Mikey Madison as well.
Yeah, so I will also go for Anora because I think it is more likely to win.
Well, you just said you were going for it.
Yeah, I did say I was going for it, but I also then I was like, oh, I like The Brutalist, or I think I like The Brutalist.
Okay, but you are going for it. All right.
I am going for Anora.
Okay, so there you go. There are our predictions. So it is time to do our outside pick. So that is when we have picked second. But of course, we think that second pick is going to actually, has a good chance at least of winning, despite us not having the first pick of that category. So Michael, you go first. What is your pick for outside pick?
You know what, Luke? I think I'm going to go for Nosferatu, Best Costume Design, because actually a lot of my other ones are kind of crap.
Okay.
I'm just looking like I've got I'm not going to go for Emilia Perez as Best International Film.
Okay. So yeah, for me it's quite interesting because there were some second picks for me that actually would have been my first pick, and yeah, so I'm not really sure who to go for because I do have some options. I thought there'd maybe only be one option. I think the safest thing for me to go for would be El Mal. Look, I back this song. I think it's a good song. I think Zoe Saldana is a lock to win Best Supporting Actress. So yeah, El Mal for Best Original Song.
What was your first choice for El Mal for original song?
El Mal.
Oh, sorry. I thought. It's fine. It doesn't matter. But
what don't you get about this?
So it's when we pick second,
yes.
But it doesn't have to be our second option. Okay, that's fine. Sorry.
Obviously it doesn't have to be our second option. Christ.
Well, I thought it was like the one that we thought was like not as likely as the other ones, but that's fine. Okay, I think that doesn't affect my choice. But
why would you think that? Why?
Because that would make it more of an outside pick if it's the one that we like. It's not even our first choice. I guess that's what I'm saying.
No, it's the second. It's the second pick. That's what I said.
Look, you can like it or you can lump it, but the fact is, I think I was reasonable for working on that assumption.
Weren't.
I think I was, and I think a lot of people in the comments will agree with me.
No, you just... Oh, God, you're so dumb.
They'll be like, oh, it's an outside pick. It's the one that it wasn't your first choice, but you think,
no, but it's not about your choice. It's about your pick. I never said your choice. I always said your pick.
Yeah, I know,
okay?
but I'm just saying. All I'm saying, like, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that, like, I think based on,
No,
I think it would be
you're
reasonable for
wrong.
me to have interpreted outside pick
Yes,
in
it
the way
was.
I did.
Because I never said choice. I always said pick. Right.
Yeah, I know. I'm not disagreeing.
So,
with that.
okay,
I
right,
think I was
right.
still
You
very
are
reasonable.
disagreeing. Okay, let's
No,
now.
I'm absolutely 100% agreeing with everything you're
Okay.
saying, Luke. But I just think you're wrong.
Jesus Christ. Let us. You always do this when you're wrong. You just keep talking.
Just to clarify, I'm not saying no one's wrong. No, okay.
Okay,
Proceed.
so I am going to go for El Mal as my outside pick.
Oh, I can't believe that was
yeah.
your second choice.
No, it was actually my first choice.
Oh, okay, that makes sense actually, because you
Yes.
didn't say second choice, you said second pick.
Yes. So there we go. There are our picks, and we will reconvene after the Oscars and decide who has won. Of course, there are 20 points on offer in total.
Oh, wow.
Best Picture gets 2 points. The outside pick, of course, gets an extra point, and so does Lock of the Week. That gets an extra point. So yeah, in total there are 20 points available. We will see who wins. Of course, I have never been beaten by you, Michael. We have either won or we have drawn. Maybe this time it will be different. I have 3 wins and there are 2 draws. So
Yeah.
let's see
Although
what
it is
happens.
worth noting, let's not forget that at the end of the day, if I'm wrong, it's just that the Academy was wrong. Like they just didn't pick the right things. So
Yeah, that's
I
a
take
good
no
point.
responsibility.
Yeah. that's a
Hit
good
the
point.
music, Johnny. I don't know if we're doing that yet.
No. Well, yeah, I was just going to say goodbye, but whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, hit the music, Johnny. Bye.
Bye.